Dire team ban.
Hello and welcome to CEVO Week 6. This is Faded versus Council Gaming, tagged up as a remake, Planet Side 2. I feel like a lot of people would jump on that Kickstarter if there was one. But anyway, we're into the picks and banning phase. So it looks like Faded with the first ban here. They take out the Weaver.
10 seconds
Maybe Council's
remaining.
been playing it recently, I'm not really sure. Or maybe Faded just really wants to rely on a Nakes. We'll see if it gets banned out here. As Council Gaming, they've already taken out the Bat Rider, pretty much standard thing if you don't have first pick. They do like the Wisp a lot themselves, but possibly realizing the Weaver banned for that. They're going to take out the Nakes, not uncommon in its own right in the first round of banning if you don't have first pick especially. And then Faded, respecting Council Gaming's Wisp play. Wisp going to be taken out with the second ban from Faded. And that leaves Combine, Combine, but Council Gaming to pick up that Gyrocopter for their first pick. So a hero that we normally just see as a carry in a tri-lane now. Makes it very hard to go aggressive against if Gyro is going to be the carry in a defensive tri-lane, but he can also solo safe lane or go aggro. So pretty versatile in that way. He's kind of fallen off as a mid recently. And then Faded here. They're going to pick up a Darkseer, another great offlane hero, or you can just abandon lanes and go jungle. And then also the Visage as Faded. Anyone who's watched them ever knows that they're a big fan of aggressive tri-lanes, and Faded, one of the best heroes for that.
Team ban.
And Tree and Protector here going to be picked up by Council Gaming. I'm surprised it wasn't banned out. Well, maybe just because Corey for Faded isn't around tonight playing IXDL all day, every day. Pretty much either first ban or first pick in that. But a little more manageable when you're actually playing as 5 as a team. So we'll see if Tree and Protector can make some big plays with living armor early on tonight, or if Faded just won't be bothered by it. Maybe they already have the Darkseer, which is a great hero for knocking off the living armor because the damage instances come so fast. Same goes for Leshrac with that Edict, Diabolical Edict, and then Bat Rider with Firefly, but obviously he's banned out. So there's a couple things that really mitigate the living armor and make it not as great as long as you can knock it off really fast, which seems to be the case tonight. Slark being taken out as a potential mid, I suppose, by Faded, and Outworld Devourer also being banned out as a potential mid hero because it's pretty much a free lane, a free win in the mid lane if you pick up that OD. There's a few heroes that do pretty well against him, what I've been seeing the most recently, and I've also experimented on my own with is going to be Razor in the mid lane. You get that speed, you get that static link, and it makes, I don't know, you can farm and not get killed, pretty much how it's going to go. But level 6, OD still has that killing potential, and OD is still going to be very useful outside of that lane throughout the game. You're not going to disrupt his farm, but you're not necessarily going to feed. So, I don't know. Darkseer doesn't do terrible against him either. At least you can get Ion Shell, get some farm. And especially if you're on Radiant side, you can go back into the jungle, do that small camp, make sure you're staying up in terms of levels against that OD. But it doesn't really matter because none of that's going to happen this game as he's banned out. And then the bans on a Council Gaming side, they take out the Nyx Assassin. So they don't want to be worried about level 6 Nyx running around with Vendetta. In case their tri-lane goes well, Nyx gets levels fast. Gives you a lot of map control just because of the fear presence that Nyx Assassin creates at level 6. And then Alchemist being taken out as well. This is a ban I definitely agree with. He's been being picked up in almost every pro game I've watched, or at least every best of 3 series of every pro game I've watched in the past week or so. Just able to farm so fast. He's can be built offensively with the Acid Spray and the Unstable Concoction to just be strong early on, or you can go a greedy build. Go ahead and get that Grievel's Gold right off the bat. Get huge items, especially if you're free farming, and have a big impact in the game. And then if you do take that offensive build from that I mentioned earlier, you can still catch up and farm later with Grievel's Greed. So, I don't know. He's just really strong, and everyone's been running a mid now as well, even building mechanisms on him. So, probably a solid ban out there.
Radiant team pick.
And then Faded here, they pick up the Warlock, going to be running the mid lane. More than likely, I suppose, at this point. Well, no, Rubik's been picked up, so Warlock not going to be supporting. And actually, the picks here are starting to speed up. So we had Rubik and Warlock picked up by Faded. And then Puck here in the mid lane, going to be going against Warlock. Should do decently. If a nice Fatal Bonds land, Puck is a squishy little fairy dragon, so he will take a lot of damage from that. He's got the living armor to help out, but Warlock could potentially really win that lane, just depending on the Fatal Bonds applications there on the Puck. Shadow Demon picked up as the support to most likely go along with Treant Protector. I suppose Treant could offlane and they could pick up another support here, but I think they'd be better off to pick an offlane that will be able to do maybe a little bit more damage, as, you know, Clockwork is still in the pool. I don't know how great that would be against the Golem here. They already have the Shadow Demon, so he can just ult and the Golem is gone. But we'll see what they're going to do here with their last pick. And the bans were Nature's Prophet by Fated, so they don't want to go against 2 trees, because that's just too many trees. Also, Global Split Push and Presence by Nature's Prophet. You can also just jungle up, and then they could defensive duo the bot lane with Shadow Demon Gyro, off lane Treant, and then Nature's Prophet in the jungle. So probably a nice ban out there. And then Spectre taken out just because Fated's actually done it either last game or a couple games ago in CEVO. That I first saw Dignitas do that Spectre Warlock combo with the Fatal Bond. Spectre builds a Diffusal Radiance, and then they press R and the game is over. Pretty much how that works. So Spectre, pretty smart ban, and probably what Fated was thinking here. So now taking a little bit more time, trying to pick up their last pick.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
So it looks like they are going to go with the Luna.
Team pick.
I suppose they still could go aggressive with this. Luna doesn't do bad. She's got range. It's pretty hard to aggressive into a Gyrocopter, especially with the Leech Seed and Living Armor heals that will be available at level 2. But they have the Visage, so it makes me think they want to. Although you don't have to. Visage can still just pull with Rubik, get a decent level 6, have those Familiars for a nice team fight, a Chaotic Offering, Familiar Stun, Vacuum Wall, like Perma-Stun, Death, press R on Luna, people will die. So that's their Wombo combo of sorts, and if they get that off, it's going to be hard for Council Gaming to survive. But they do have the Shadow Demon to take out that Warlock ult immediately, so, you know, a lot of damage isn't done. Puck also picks up a blink, has a nice Initiate, a Silence. They can either burst down that Warlock or the Luna. Luna especially before that BKB comes out on her. And let's see what the last pick is going to be here for Council Gaming. Also thinking now that if Fated takes a safe lane, Darkseer may go to the jungle to get up to level 5. I believe that gives him level 3 Ion Shell. And then possibly head back down if there's going to be a push onto that bottom tier 1, as they are the Dire right now. So what you'll see a lot of Darkseers do, just to get those levels up, and then Darkseer's Ion Shell is actually very good at counter pushing, so they won't lose the tower. And Leshrac pick here by Council Gaming. That Leshrac Shadow Demon combo, so it looks like it could potentially be an aggressive Council Gaming lineup, maybe a jungle, a bungle in the jungle here early on to discover each other's lanes. Just waiting on Leshrac now. Gotta remember to change my overlays. We'll just do it now. I'll take this time. I added links below the Twitch streams, so if you're on the actual Twitch page, make sure to check out Southpaw Gaming and also the Man Up 2.0 tournament. I'll be casting those on the 22nd, 3 best of 1s in a row on the 22nd, and then the 25th will be the round of 8 and the round of 4. So 2 best of 3s will be cast on that day, then the finals to be announced a little bit after that.
Really should prepare for
so click on those, check them out. Also, if you are watching and you don't know what CEVO is, there's a link to CEVO Season 2, Dota 2's Season 2, so check that out. And then also my Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and all that good stuff that you can follow. I don't know if we update them enough, but if we get more followers, maybe we would. And then with that, let's get into this game. So we've got Fated on the Dire. Corey's not here, so Theory going to be taking that carry Luna. Doesn't look like he was pooled any regen, just buying it all on his own. Picking up quite a bit and a Ring of Protection as well, as they head into the safe lane. King Kraken, sentries, and a smoke up on that Visage. CEVO taking Warlock into the mid lane here, going fast bottle build. Looks like King Kraken actually pulled him regen, so he didn't buy those tangos. It's going to be a very fast bottle build. And then passing off those wards over to Rubik, who's being handled by Dimitri. So Dimitri's got those obs and some regen as well. And Miley, EGM is what I'll be calling him. So EGM on the offlane Darkseer, opting to go into the lane. Expecting aggressive, perhaps. He's got the stout shield, so that makes me believe he wants to do the creep skipping. But against the tri-lane, you won't be able to, especially that tri-lane, which can bait out his surge and then kill him. So we'll see what happens. And then on the Radiant, we've got Council Gaming.
The battle begins.
So Combine here on the Shadow Demon, smoke sentry wards on him. Sacred playing that Leshrac. Looks like he already put both of his wards down, a lane ward and then a ward here by the rune, as well as a sentry for quick D ward just in case there was a ward. So Combine on that Shadow Demon. Let's see, we got Puck being played by Kia, or Killed in Action, Kia, I don't know. We'll call him Kia. We'll pretend he's Korean. Playing the Puck in the mid lane, buying his own tangos like a true mid player, and going for a fast bottle build on Puck, not opting to go Null Talisman or at least a Mantle of Intelligence to help a little bit with the last hits. He's got 1 damage over Warlock, so he should have a decent time. And then we've got Darken on the Gyrocopter. In the bot lane, looks like he will be going for a fast Aquila, maybe to ramp up the push on this abandoned lane. And last but not least, we've got Sky on the offlane Treant Protector, going up against this tri-lane. But the tri-lane pretty occupied, pulling their own creep right now. Actually, one of them's roaming around. That's going to be Dimitri, maybe looking for runes, trying to gank mid. And like I predicted in the draft, we've got Darkseer here just jungling for now, doing a good job, doing the camps, stacking the big camp. Pretty much the most efficient way to jungle on Darkseer. And having to waste both sentries at the ward spot, or the rune spot, excuse me, to take out a ward, which they eventually do take out as Dimitri wandered down there to drop that off. And let's see, Treant, he's getting his levels almost level 3 right now, so that's good for him. Bad for Faded. The Living Armor will be level 2, and now that it scales, or it will be level 2 shortly, now that it scales, levels are somewhat important on Tree, because it's not 7 instances at every level, now it's 4, 5, 6, and 7, but I have a feeling most people were already pretty aware of that. And now the zoning is starting up here by Faded, a couple auto attacks going out on Sky, trying to just zone him out. Darkseer pretty deep in the woods, won't be coming to help, and King Kraken just stacking and pulling, stacking and chain pulling to get those levels up on himself. And maybe time to check out some last hits. So we'll check out in the middle here. We've got Puck at 8, Warlock at 9, so pretty even. 10 now, so pretty even so far. Darken doing a lot of work, already got to the tier 1 tower bot, starting to push it up. He's got the Bass finish and turned on, so it looks like pushing is something that they want to do. They're pulling a double stack right now, so that will bring the wave back a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised if after a few more levels, Leshrac needs level 2, get that Edict, do a single pull, get a double wave, pop Edict, tower dies. They can probably even get 2 at that point if no one goes down to defend it. And let's see, Sky potentially in a bit of trouble. He's thrown back. He doesn't have the invis. Sentries are dropped anyways. Grave Chill gonna go off. He pops the Leech Seed. He's getting a lot of healing, but it's not gonna be enough. Theory picks up the first blood, dropping Sky on the Treant. So nice pickup at first blood going to the carry there. So maybe we'll see a Midas coming out of Theory. Although I think he's gonna, well, you can maybe afford to go Midas this game. We'll see what CEVO goes. So 1,300 gold, CEVO potentially saving up for a Midas, as it's not the most uncommon thing to see on a Warlock. Getting fast levels and fast farm. That way you're going to hit level 11, level 16, get the bigger levels of your ult, and then also be able to farm up an Ags Refresher with that Midas. So we'll see what goes. If they both go Midas, I think that's a mistake. One of them should and one of them shouldn't. Or honestly, I don't know if either of them really should. Just get some big items. They have a strong mid game and late game, but definitely strong mid game. As there's only really one true carry, and that's going to be the Gyrocopter, who even then he's not the hardest carry. It takes a little while to get going, needs a lot of damage items, so that his Flak Cannon makes him really effective later on. But doing a good job last hitting. He's at 20 right now, tied with Puck in the mid lane. Luna got the first blood, going to have 19 last hits as well. So doing pretty good. We can see all the carries, all the core rolls on both teams are pretty even in the farm right now. And the Darkseer going to be the highest, but those are going to be mostly small creep. We see him rotating down now at level 5. It's like I play Darkseer or have watched a Dota game in my life. He's doing exactly what I thought he would do. Going into the jungle, hit level 5, coming down with Ion Shell 3 to stop this push. And I think that Ion Shell 3 will be enough to stop the push until Leshrac shows up. Once they can just nuke the creep, Leshrac with Edict now as he's level 2, but we see them smoking. So Council Gaming, Sacred, and Combine smoked up into the mid lane. They want to take out CEVO, who's bought the Midas recipe. So yep, that's exactly what he's doing. He's got it in 210 gold. If I can add, no, just 200 gold. So he'll be there in no time. That's going to be a fast. That's going to be level 5.5 minute Midas pretty much, unless they gank him up right now, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the case. Some ancient stacking going down. That's just going to be for Gyrocopter, being played by Darkin a little later on. Maybe he goes Helmet Dominator next. Looks like he's definitely going to get a phase. I'd expect Aquila phase drums into something bigger like the BKB. I mean, you need the BKB this game because there's so much AoE damage that's going to hurt regardless of the chaotic offering from Warlock going through and stunning. It's not going to be a ton of damage, but I still think he needs the BKB. And BKB comes with 24 right-click damage, so it's not the worst item for Gyro anyways. And then after that, maybe a Manta or maybe just straight MKB. He's going to need that right-click damage, that's for sure, this game. As double Ion Shell waves come out from EGM. What has he got? He's actually finding himself in a bit of trouble. He's been surged, the call down, the split earth, everything landed on Miley. Miley taken down. Shadow Demon going to pick up that kill. So, very well done there. So level 6, almost level 7 on Darkin right now. Maybe it's time we should check out the levels. So Puck 6, Gyro 6, CEVO's level 6, yet to drop Chaotic Offering. Darkseer also level 6. Supports pretty even for the teams right now. Maybe we'll just go ahead and check out some graphs to see what the facts are. We see Faded with a 1,500 gold advantage right now, and I think that's got to be due to this Warlock. 26 last hits. I expected more as he's already picked up the Midas. But we can see Luna, Darkseer, and then CEVO a little further down on the net worth. That pretty much explains the gold differential right there. Checking out XP. Kills are 1-1 right now, so Faded 2,000 XP advantage as well. So finding themselves decently ahead at the 6-minute mark. It's still a pretty small lead, but it is a lead. And a lead in the early game is only going to help their, I'd say, a stronger mid-game advantage with just how big their ultimates are right now, especially Midas on CEVO. Will he drop the rock here? I don't know if it's direct call. Silenced up anyways. His heal, though, doing a lot. Tries to drop the rock. The sound goes off. The animation and the spell doesn't, so it's actually not on cooldown. Puck picks up a much-needed kill, I think, for their team. I guess just morale overall. A lot of gold and some XP from that. Now level 8 compared to Warlock's 7.5.
I feel like
yeah, pretty much. So Puck now ahead in that lane, and with the farm as even as it is, I guess I'd say winning. Neither have roamed out to get any kills, but I feel with the death on CEVO, level 6, he didn't use his ult. He heads back to the mid lane now, but maybe we'll see some rotations off this 8-minute rune spawn. As it looks like Puck had DD for that kill as well. Didn't really notice that as he's already blue. Let's see what Darkin is progressing towards. He's got about 1,200 gold saved up right now. I suppose he could go Shadow Blade as well, which would be kind of interesting this game. It gives you that attack speed, but attack speed on Gyro is not as good anymore since the flat cannon cooldown is so much longer. You can't really abuse it. I mean, as long as you can get 6 attacks off, you probably get maybe 2 flat cannons off in a longer fight now instead of 3. But, I don't know. Judging on how much he's saving up, I guess that's what he's going for, but we can check in a little bit later. So the supports for Council Gaming, they rotate top. They didn't even smoke up here, but it doesn't look like there's too many wards right now. In fact, let's check on that. We got a Radiant ward here on the little mid cliff, Radiant Jungle cliff, just to see any rotations, or I guess Darkseer. They probably saw... Actually, is anyone even up here? So 4 up here right now. Puck is going to be picked up, thrown back. Disrupted here is the Visage. A clip is popped off. Sky in a lot of trouble, actually. Maybe not. King Kraken goes down first, so a lot of burst damage coming out. And they pick off Theory as well. So now 4-1, and that's that mid rotation. The first mid to leave is going to be Puck after getting a kill in the mid lane, and then leading to 2 more kills in the top lane. I believe he got 1 and picked up an assist on the other. So 2-0-1 right now is Puck being played by Kia. So nice rotation there. CEVO still taking the greedier path, I guess, just farming up with that Midas. He's got boots now. Maybe that's why I didn't roam. I think that courier just delivered the boots. So 4-1 is the score now in favor of Council Gaming. Doing everything right so far. And they The gold's still going to be towards Faded, and the XP somehow, I guess just because of the jungling, the support's doing the pulls, and then the Midas, that's just going to lead to that XP advantage as they're being a little more efficient. But with 4 kills out now, that gap is closing as the supports are going to get some levels off of that. Both about to hit 4, as CEVO potentially in a lot of trouble, but also has the potential to kill all 3 of these people that were ganking him. Doesn't look like it's going to happen though. And now King Kraken and Dimitri possibly showing up to this mid party. Nothing's happened yet. A ward goes down, so that's the only ward on the map right now. Finally, they were blind for about 3.5 minutes there. They drop a ward, they can spot the top rune out, so that'll help them a little bit. Help CEVO decide, or get a rune if he decides to go for one. And checking the Darkseer, I'd expect him to be building a mech. Indeed he is. He's got a buckler. He's back in that bot lane now, pressuring Darkin a little bit, but doesn't seem to be having that much of an effect as he's got 67 CS, 16 denies. Darkseer's got 70, but keep in mind a lot of those are going to be the small camp creep, so giving you a little bit less gold. Luna there at 62. Let's find her. So doing a pretty good job. Got boots, got a Ring of Bass. See if he gets drums or anything like that. Sky potentially in a little bit of trouble. He's got his invis. Are there sentries? Sentry available on King Kraken. The lift up from Dimitri. This is going to be the death of Tree, so Tree going down again. He's 0-2-1 right now. But he's getting levels. He's level 6 right now, so he has Overgrowth. He did actually take a point in it. So he's ready for some sort of a counter initiation / initiation when they need it. He's got level 3 living armor. Normally you see the offlane treants just, play a little more careful. Maybe ward the camps a little earlier, so you just max leech seed, living armor, and then overgrowth, so when you team fight you've got the maximum heal potential. But it looks like going the other way a little bit. Overgrowth goes off, it catches Kraken, he's disrupted. The Split Earth going to come off, as well as Puck TPing in. Actually, Puck going to blink over Dream Coil Luna silenced up, doesn't have enough mana anyways, and also went Midas, so kind of disagreeing with that, but we'll get back to it as the team fight is underway. The living armor being stolen by Rubik, and CEVO dropping a nice ult on 2, so Sacred and Combine. Fatal Bonds together as well. And looks like a nice Split Earth on 2. Dimitri's going to go down. Let's see CEVO in a bit of trouble himself. Puck just unleashing on people here. He's got an orb in 1 second. May have to use it to get out. He's going to phase shift here as well. Looks like he will escape from that and then blink away. I would say to safety, but I don't know. I would have just blinked over the trees to the secret shop. But either way, Puck picking up some more kills. Let's check it out. 3-0-1. So picked up 1 more kill there. Leshrac, I noticed, had a really nice Split Earth, and somehow the ult dropped on 2 supports only. And just because of Leshrac's Split Earth on 2, both of them survived. Even though they were Fatal Bonds together, there were multiple heroes for Fated there, and a Golem landed on their faces, and they both lived. And meanwhile, when that was going on, Puck picked off another person. So another good fight for Council Gaming, bringing the score 6-3. Was Darkin involved in that? I don't believe so. He's just down here in the bot lane. He got the Mithril Hammer. Okay, good. Good for you, Darkin. Shadowblade, I think, would have been a bad choice. Going for BKB, he's got it in 400 or 500 gold. So ready to team fight at 91 CS right now at the 12-minute mark. That's pretty nuts. So doing a good job of farming. That's for sure. Darkseer, though, going to be... Let's see, yeah, pretty close. He'll have a 15-minute mech, at least when it gets to him, it'll be around that time. And that's going to help out as well. So far, the mid-game for Faded hasn't really happened. I think I underestimated Council Gaming's just ability to deal so much damage so fast. And this is without the call down even being brought in here. But Puck having a really good game right now. Nice Dream Coil, yeah, and some body blocking there on CEVO. The Split Earth from Sacred isn't going to land. The tether from the Dream Coil actually snapped. Died before it landed, but Leshrac, well, maybe it did land and he got the kill with that Split Earth. So nice play there. And Kia, once again, just showing that he's no stranger to Puck. Oh, Luna, though, picking off a kill on Sky, so bringing Sky to, I believe, 0-3 right now, so not having the best Treant game, but I've seen Living Armor already having a pretty big impact. Big impact for both sides, actually. Rubik had stole it, and definitely let Theory live a little bit longer in that last top engagement. Actually, I think he lived altogether. I was kind of focused on Leshrac and Shadow Demon running away. But Puck having one hell of a game. Mana Boots and a Blink already at 14 minutes. 300 more gold on top of that. Could very well... I guess Ools is the next good item. Just provide more escape, even harder lockdown. Dodge the Golem drop. Anything like that. Could also just rush a Sheep Stick or even a Lincoln's. So a lot of items choices for Puck. And we'll see what he decides to go for in just a bit as he, gets some more kills, gets some more farm, gets some more gold. So, is everyone up here? Yeah, everyone up here right now for Faded, looking for an initiation, which is one thing they sort of lack, actually. Maybe this Darkseer is going to have to go Blink Dagger. We'll see. He's got the mech right now. Sky in a bit of trouble, 0-4. Maybe going to go 0-5. Looks like Split Earth was stolen by Dimitri, and it landed as well. Sky gets away with about 80 health there. Miley getting pretty low. He's already used his mech charge. Cybe has not used Chaotic Offering, so Sky drops Combine and Sacred caught in that. A self-disruption to buy some time. Is it going to be enough to live? The Fade Bolt doesn't bounce. Darkin picks up the BKB, uses his first charge. Golem hits him in the face regardless, doing about half of his health already. So now Faded's mid-game. It was kind of sloppy, and I think one thing they do lack here is actually initiation. But we can see they landed most of their stuff. They win that fight. It was 6-3 going into it. Now it's 6-7. So we can see 3 kills to 1 in favor of Faded. So nice job there. Now they're looking to push down their first tower. And let's see, looks like Cybe just working towards that Axe. He's picked up an Ogre Club. And so yeah, 3.5k, 4.5k. How much does that item cost? I don't know. He's working towards an Axe. I do know how much it costs, but I don't feel like thinking about it anymore. And it's a party up top. Everyone from Council Gaming TP'd back up. EGM's a little further back in the woods, trying to jungle up. He got pretty low, managed to live and get his mech off. Even though the mech was a little early, but he had to use it or he was going to die. Since he's kind of their only initiation right now, Surge in and Vacuum Wall. I think he'll do a lot better if he picks up a Blink Dagger as his next item. Although they do need a pipe. I think maybe Warlock gets Ags and then pipe, or even this Visage. I mean, he's only got mana boots and 100 gold, so it'll be a little while before he gets a pipe, unless they really start winning team fights. But let's think of the magic damage here. We've got eventually Lightning Storm. Edict and Split Earth is about all the magic. Call Down is going to be magical damage, but the slow's physical, and that's really the dangerous part about it. And then other than that, there's Puck. Okay, so Puck does provide a lot of magical burst. I don't think a pipe is really 100% needed this game, though, just because of those two heroes. A pipe never hurts, but I think a Blink Dagger to solve this problem of a little lack of initiation from Faded, it might just be a little bit better. Although that being said, Puck has been playing a really solid game. You blink in, he pops the Waning Rift on you, then you die. So, but as opposed to surging in and then obviously getting Waning Rift and then dying, whatever. We'll see what they go for a little bit later on. Darkseer here, or EGM, with an Invis rune, but Sky's like, why am I dying? He probably has figured it out, but he's just trying to last hit around right now. And now EGM may be moving as Leshrek was there with the Split Earth, and Darkin, I'm missing kills all over the place here. Picks off Theory on the Luna over here, right on the tail end of these trees in the bot lane. So taken out there. I believe Puck's Dream Coil on cooldown had something to do with that. And then King Kraken in the mid lane, so it looks like a fight has broken out. Shadow Demon going down. Visage, probably long range snipe. Maybe that disruption was used to initiate and then didn't have it for himself to dodge Visage's Soul Assumption. So nice kill in the mid lane. Apologies for missing it here. I'll pay more attention to the cameras. I guess action's happening all over the place right now. Let's see, we got this Ancient stack up here. It's been stacked twice, so there's 3 Ancient camps in there right now. Maybe is Luna strong enough to do it? Doesn't even have glaives yet. So what did he take stats? It looks like he did 4, 8. So he's got 3 levels in stats actually. As opposed to just going straight Moonglaves, which I suppose is pretty smart. He wants to be able to survive and get all of his ultimate off, and you can't really do that if you're dead because it stops the ult. So, ooh, Dimitri in a bit of trouble here. Barely able to run away, actually not able to run away, as Kia is going to blink over, and now he's going to orb out. So picking up yet another kill, 4-0-3 right now. Going to the net worth tab, we see Puck in 3rd. Darkin, his teammate on the Gyrocopter, in 1st at 8,000, and then we've got Theory on the Luna at 7.5k. Also doing pretty well. Did go minus, which I disagree with, but I guess they're thinking they have this late game, and I think they had it, I don't know, mid and late. But Council Gaming playing a really nice early game. And in the lead right now, at least in terms of kills. Let's check into the graphs again. So 1,000 gold lead for Faded, not a whole lot at this point, and 1.5k XP lead for Faded. So still behind in kills, but ahead in the 2 categories that really matter, XP and gold, but not by that much. We'll see what happens, as it looks like the team fights are going to be more prevalent as we're moving into the mid game around the 20-minute mark. Ooh, a little bit of lag. Uh-oh. Hey! Don't know what happened. It looks like a Fade Bolt went off and hit like everything on the map, but it looks like we're back. No team fights.
Radiant's
Still 9 to
tower
7.
is under attack. Has that ever been cause for celebration?
That was weird. Maybe that was Dota. It doesn't matter. We're back in the game. Still almost everyone in mid lane. Who is top? It's going to be Theory. He's farming away, trying to get that BKB up, which Gyro already has. Kind of wasted his first charge, so he's down to a 9-second charge at the moment. Still a pretty long time, and BKB is still going to be a strong item for him. Although that Golem, if CEVO drops it and puts it on Darkin, and Darkin doesn't have enough damage to take it out right away without the Golem doing a ton of damage, and Combine will have to waste his ult on it if he wants to dispel it immediately. So we'll see what happens in the next team fight. If it ever happens, everyone a little too scared to fight. They realize the game is pretty close right now, and both are probably feeling okay with that. I mean, Gyrocopter has the highest net worth, so he's having the start he needs to get a lot of damage items and get going early as he picks up the Demon Edge, so going straight MKB after he's got a Bass, Phase, then he went for a BKB, and now he's going for a MKB, so just the massive right-click damage that he's going to need this game. Which is probably why Council Gaming is okay with not taking team fights right now, which they probably shouldn't anyway. They should take the pickoffs like they've been doing. Puck's been doing a phenomenal job of moving around the map and getting pickoffs, or just turning some small skirmishes, you know, with 3-on-3, 2-on-3 skirmishes like that, and winning them with the Dream Coil and Waning Rift. And CEVO, no impact so far in this game. His ult helped him in the one team fight top a couple minutes ago, but other than that, he's 0-2-2 right now. He's fallen off in CS as well, considering he was going for a farming Warlock sort of build with that Midas. He's got the point booster, the Ogre Club, so he's about 1,200 gold off now from that Ags, which will help the team fight even more, and that's still a good time to Ags. I usually say, at least in pubs, 25-minute Ags is like GG, so we'll see if that's the case. But an initiation anyway, a beautiful wall by EGM. The Overgrowth is there as well. Treant, though, dies immediately. EGM gonna go down now as well. Darkin, even with the BKB pop, drops to Luna with her BKB and the Golem. Leshrac dropping on that other side. Who's still running away? Looks like Combine gonna be okay, and Kia on the other side of that gonna be okay as well. With the buyback from Tree and then an immediate living armor onto Kia. So the team fight, Puck getting a little impatient, maybe jumps in, gets a Dream Coil, thought he had a window of opportunity, but everyone from Faded there, I think Theory maybe TP'd in. They maybe weren't expecting that BKB. Darkin drops fast, well, Tree dropped even faster before that. Leshrac goes down as well. Score's now 10 to 10, and this tower, I think, doesn't really stand a chance, especially with Darkin not here. Split Earth goes out, trying to buy some time. Ooh, that Lucent Beam does about half of Combine's health, as he has about no health items. Puck jumps in, jumps out, just trying to do some damage, trying to save this tower. Looks like they may. Theory, though, going to be stunned up. Nice Leech Seed going out as well. Theory drops. The heal from CEVO was a nice thought, but it wasn't quite enough. Now King Kraken caught up in some traffic in the mid lane. Looking to be, no, not in trouble. EGM's there with the mech. He's there alive with an Ion Shell as well. Call down goes down, lands on just Rubik, I think. Is he going to try to steal it? No, it looks like he's going to just be content with keeping that living armor. So team fights on team fights. Look how low Puck, Leshrac, and Shadow Demon all are. Shadow Demon already back in the base, and all 5 mid for Faded still. As looks like CEVO maybe going to farm top since Luna. Theory is going to be dead there. Just lingering a little too close to that Shadow Demon. Got put under. And that'll show you to ever harass a Shadow Demon with a Lucent Beam, because he will turn around and kill you. Darkin now, also being very efficient, just farming up the jungle here, doing 2 stacks at once with that Flat Cannon. Almost 2 stacks at once. That Ogre gets away with 152 health, which he should go kill it before. I guess he'll have plenty of time before 24 minutes the next respawn. Oh, sorry, 23:30 the next respawn. But Miley, so that fight, the last fight of the Tier 1, the big fight over here that we saw, Miley just hands down won that with a nice wall on everybody. Doesn't get much better than that. Overgrowth went out, but it wasn't really enough. And I guess we'll check to the graphs. So 1.5k gold lead and a 2.5k XP lead for Faded. So leading pretty much the whole game, but we can see it's been slightly contested as the graph isn't just a straight line. So still a pretty close game. Is that Ag's going to be done after the team fight? It's pretty close. Farming up this jungle stack. He might have it after this. Not quite. We're going to be really close. 150 off of that Ags. And the ult just came off cooldown there, so gonna probably just wait to farm that out. The mid tower was at, wow, Treant is fun. healed the tower up to full. It was like a quarter or a fifth health. Now it's sitting at full health, as the push wasn't able to get going once Luna got picked off there by Shadow Demon and Leshrac. But I think with this Ag's alt drop, it might just be enough damage to win another team fight. We see EGM here with 1.9k gold. I'm hoping he's just waiting for 2150 by that Blink Dagger. It looks like he is, or he'd probably already have a hood just for some magic resist. There's the Ags. The Ags comes out on Cybe. He's got to go back to base and heal, TP back in, and then I think the team fights are about to commence. We got the two carries in the top lane going head to head right now, battling for some farm. But I guess Theory just a little more scared. Gonna go bot for some farm, actually. Maybe not scared. So he's got a BKB. He's got a Hand of Midas sitting on 1,600 gold. We'll see what he buys next. Yasha into a Manta, I would expect. Probably all he's gonna need. In the mid lane, any action. Looks like Miley being cute there with the supports and the Treant. He knows that well, he doesn't know where Puck is. Maybe they saw him grab the rune, but they know Darkin was top last, so EGM feeling a little risky. Cybe here was probably also TPing into the mid lane, so maybe Miley was just trying to bait some spells on him, and then Cybe comes in with a fat Ag's ultimate, because they don't know he has it yet. They can probably assume he may, that he was close and he's been doing pretty well, and he's got a Midas, so they can probably assume he's got it. But, you know, it's hard to not take that bait, I guess, on Darkseer, who's a hero with another big ult that you want to take out fast to win a team fight. But looks like they didn't bite. And Theory is still farming in the bot lane, 2.6k gold. So 1,000 gold since the last time we checked. What did he buy up? It looks like did he really buy a Bass just now? Maybe the magic wand? I don't know. Probably not that, since it has 7 charges. And he was down in the bot lane by himself. So both teams, I guess, still a little apprehensive to team fight. I think Faded would be much less so, since they just got that Ags. You want to use it as soon as you get it. If StarCraft taught me anything, it's push as soon as your upgrades are finished, because that's when you're the strongest. And that kind of applies here. Like, the Ags is out, you want to push while the other team is lower level without their higher ults, without more damage or more items. So I don't really know what Faded is waiting for here. Ooh, Familiar almost taken out, but it looks like it's gonna be fine. Oh no, did it die? It did die. What? Oh, resummon. That's what it was. So King Kraken resummons those. Gonna put those on a pretty long cooldown. So if they die in this next team fight, won't have them for a little while. But we'll see. Flak Cannon doesn't hit them anymore. For anyone that doesn't know, so Gyro is not like the perfect counter to Visage anymore, which is probably why we saw Visage still picked up after the Gyrocopter was the first pick this game. And the mid tower for Faded actually in a little bit of trouble. Mid tower very healthy on the side of Council Gaming right now, thanks to Sky's Treant just healing it up. Although Sky's Treant 0-6 and 3 right now, having sort of a rough game, I guess, but he's Treant, so no one's really that sad for him. Bot lane may have to be dealt with soon. The creep are pushing towards this tier 2, but I guess creep alone aren't really enough to take that out, as it's still fairly healthy. I'm just really waiting for this team fight to break out. Cybe's running back towards the mid lane. He's on 800 gold. I could only assume he's going for that refresher. There goes that. Wow, nice. That's the Blink Dagger, so we did go for it. The perfect wall initiate. The Overgrowth goes off to hold people. BK being out of it is Theory, so Treant's already down. Darkin taking a tower and also taking a lot of damage from 3 heroes as well on the side of Faded. On the other side of this fight, Cybe dropped his ult. I don't know where they went. Where are they? I see the Familiars. Maybe they were taken out already. Sacred's going to get away from that, and looks like Kia's going to be just fine. Has yet to die, 4-0-5 right now, but that team fight, 3-for-1 trade. Darkseer did go Blink, so I'm pleased. Was definitely the right item choice. Gets a perfect initiation off, pretty much their only initiation right now. Puck, again, trying to be annoying, trying to stop this tower push, and here we are. We were here about 10 minutes ago when they were trying to push this tower, and the same thing happened. Pretty much everyone respawned right now. They might be able to hold this tower again. Where is Theory? Theory not sticking around this time. Got picked off last time they were doing this. Now he backs off, and somehow this tier 1 tower is still standing. I say somehow, but it's all Treant. Theory gonna go farming, I guess. He's got his ultimate orb and his Yasha, so he's what, 600, 900 gold away from that Manta. I don't remember how much it costs for some reason. Alright, 900, yeah, so he's about, well, now he's only about, oh, he bought a Helmet Dominator instead, so Yasha into Helmet Dominator for some more survivability in the team fights. So the mid tier 1 goes down on the side of Faded, as it looks like after they held their mid tower, they just rushed out. It may have died in the last team fight, I didn't really notice. And they're going to get the tier 2 off of that right away too. The Familiar's going in there for the deny, but not going to be fast enough, so Shadow Demon's going to last at that. Theory, in the meantime, gets the tier 1 top tower, so a bit of a trade. You don't really want to trade your most important tier 2 tower for the least important tier 1 tower, but looks like that's what they're doing here at the end of the day. Flash Rack really does provide quite a bit of push. And let's see, so the Oblivion Staff already under construction from CEVO, so definitely working towards a refresher. I think Boots would possibly bode well on him, either mana or just treads, or even anything really would be nice, just for some more move speed, as, I mean, Darkseer's got the blink, he's got the initiation, but the vacuum really only keeps people there for a little bit. It would be better if, you know, CEVO can catch up and drop an ult right away to make sure they're stunned right in the wall, right next to their illusions, doing a ton of damage in the team fights that way. I guess Gyrocopter would be the one doing a ton of damage back to his own team once he gets replicated. Although there's a good chance he won't be if he pops that BKB off soon enough in the fights. He won't even be replicated. And let's check in with him actually. We've seen the MKBs had it for a while. Same thing with the BKB, down to 7-second charge now. He's on 2,200 gold, so maybe he goes Manta now after this. Darkseer getting a kill in the mid lane. They actually take out Puck. That's going to be Puck's first death. And I'm sorry I missed it, but Puck's probably like, they didn't even see it. Doesn't even count. So it looks like trying to push this mid tier 1 yet again. Thank you, Treant. This tower is still alive. The mech charge goes off. They mech the creep wave as well, just for the plus armor. Going to push this in. Puck's the only one that was really stopping it. The threat of the Dream Coil. Skye gonna be taken down. Yes, Sentry is dropped here behind the tier 1. Gonna be just in range of that. They take down Skye. They finally get the tier 1 tower, and they've got, you know, 20 seconds. Actually, they're smoking up. They're going right to Roche. Not even gonna think twice about that. So nice team play by them just to decide on whether to get that tower or to get Roche. Tower would have been great because, like we've seen already, it's pretty hard to push against this Treant's living armor. Just if you can't commit to it, you can heal the tower back up to full. Especially since, in order to push, Faded has to wait for this Eclipse. They have to wait for the call down and the wall. They need all their ults to really do anything. But they're gonna get Roche uncontested here. So Roche, oh, can I use my chat wheel timer? I can't use that in game. Lame. But Roche goes down around the 3150 mark, so they pick that up. They give it to Luna, so Theory gonna have the Aegis, and he's got the ultimate orb now, along with this Helmet Dom we saw him pick up a little bit earlier. And the Manta's finished if he wants to buy it. So whenever he does that. And looks like we've got the ultimate orb, not gonna be Lincoln's, most likely just gonna be Sheepstick here on the Puck, as they need that to control Luna, or Theory here, doing so much damage. Sheep him up after that BKB, or even blink and sheep him beforehand to pick him off. So definitely going to be a sheep there. I don't know if we have any other really big items. Let's see, we got the Blink Dagger up, which we've seen for a while here on the Darkseer. He's on 3,300 gold, so I'd say the next nice item for him, get some more armor, so you're not going to get melted there by the Gyrocopter's Flak Cannon. Build a Shiva's Guard. More AoE, blink in, vacuum wall, Shiva's Guard, going to be harder for them to run away from that wall, and then the Warlock drop, the rocks will drop, and then keep them there next to their own illusions and the wall, doing a ton of damage. It makes the team fight that much stronger, and oh, he buys an ultimate orb, so okay, just going to go for a Sheepstick and just sheep the Gyro. Also good, the Shiva's Guard would have been more fun, a little more flashy, but Sheepstick probably the safer choice. And let's see, we've got Council Gaming maybe trying to push this top tier 2. It's about half health right now. All 5 for both sides up here. Skye chilling by a tree, Invis right now. Is there a gem on anyone? Let's see, on the side of Faded, no gems, but we've got sentries on Dimitri, and no gems, no sentries on the side of Council Gaming. And Darken with an Eagle Song, looks like he's going to go Butterfly here. And after the team fights, I guess, I got a glimpse of those graphs. 7.5/8k gold lead, and about a 12k experience lead right now for Faded. So Faded still sitting pretty in this game. Not really feeling forced to take any big fights, but they could if they wanted to. I'd expect them to try to ramp up and maybe force a fight since Luna has the Aegis, but so far it hasn't happened. Luna got the Manta style, got another 1,700 gold in the bank on top of this Manta. What do you go after this? I would, with the Helmet Dom, I'd assume you would just go into a Satanic after this. Even more survivability, be able to one-on-one the Gyro with a Satanic, no problem. And Darkin here with the DD, just farming up the bot lane. He's what? He needs 400 and then 900, so he's 1,300 gold away from the butterfly. It'll help him out a lot in the fight. And Miley may be in trouble in the mid lane. The ult's used on Miley. Going to be split earth as well, so at least he can't chase, taking quite a bit of damage. Hasn't used a mech charge yet. Combine goes down on the backside of that. The wall's dropped up on Puck. Puck goes down to the Soul Assumption by King Kraken. So there's 2 pickoffs. Combine immediately buys back. Puck buying back as well. They don't want to lose this tower. Luna obviously didn't go down in that engagement. Still has the Aegis, wants to push. It's going to be reclaimed in 3 minutes, so they've got 3 minutes to really ramp up this push. They got 2 pickoffs and forced 2 buybacks. They still have the Aegis. You might as well go back. Chaotic Offering wasn't used. Neither was Eclipse. The only thing used was Wall. And I think the other 2 abilities are big enough on their own. Although I guess it's their ult with Initiation that's down. But Blink Vacuum, that'll be good enough to buy some time for the rest of the team to catch up and drop the Chaotic Offering and the Eclipse. But it looks like they're kind of just sitting back and farming. I guess they know they have a lead and they know they have this game late, more than likely. So just going back to farm. Almost 3k gold up on the Luna. Butterfly obviously not the choice this game, as MKB already up on Gyro. Actually, Council Gaming here smoked up. Did someone just grab that invis on the side of Faded? I don't know where it is. Let's top. So Cybe's going to grab that invis. They're smoking top. I guess they didn't have any wards down. Maybe it was taken out here at the Ancients. So they're going to the top lane, maybe just trying to bait out Puck here farming the wave, or no one's broken the smoke yet. So not entirely sure what they're doing, but they better do something soon, as Faded here is knocking on the tier 2. Doing a lot of damage to it. Just put Theory on the front lines. He has the Aegis. Let him die and then counter-initiate on that. Probably the plan here for them. Smoke's going to reveal. Or Smoke's going to break, rather. The Familiar's up the hill. Going to see them. The Disruption onto Theory. Not chained into anything. Here comes Miley with the vacuum over. Gets Sky. Drops the wall on 1. Miley, though, can he get the mech off? He does. Chaotic Offering drops as well. Theory still barely alive. He drops down. Darkseer dropped a little before that. Now Cybe in a lot of trouble. Darken, though, going to go down. I think before the Cybe, Theory is going to respawn. So right now it's a 2-for-3 trade. 3 of Council Gaming dead, 2 for Faded. Let's see, Sky and Combine just running out of there, but this is going to be the tower. And maybe a push up to the tier 3, if not a Rax, as the Golems are going to be living for another 35 seconds here. Could do a lot of damage to structures. Fortify is already down. Let's see, Darkseer doing his best to defend. Gyrocopter buys back. Now he does do a lot of damage with his Flak Cannon, so they may have to back off here, but we'll see what happens. The tower, I don't think, is going to make it. Darken's there. Is everyone going to fall back? They know if they do, this tier 3 is going to be full health next time they come to it, but it looks like they do fall back. Darken going to get a lot of gold there. I think he got both of those golems. And the tier 3 stands. And it looks like they may even catch off King Kraken. The Split Earth didn't land, but it doesn't really matter. Gyrocopter does enough damage, and actually Shadow Demon picks up the kill for himself anyways. So Luna gonna back out of that, go back to farming. 4k gold right now, has the Satanic pretty much if she wants it. I'd assume it's next. She's still kind of squishy, so she's dropping pretty fast to that Gyrocopter. Maybe even decides to switch to an MKB as... Well, after the buyback, that actually does hurt Gyrocopter a lot. He's not going to have the money available. He had the butterfly finished. I would assume it was done. It just hadn't bought it yet, saving for buyback. Wisely so, because if he didn't have buyback there, that was a Rax for sure. And Rubik, I guess, feeling pretty rich this game, picking up a 4-staff, especially since he didn't have to go mech or anything like that. Darkseer taking care of it. King Kraken is actually the one working towards the pipe, so... Pretty much what I expected, and expected it to be late. He's almost got it, actually. 600 gold, and then he's got his pipe. So that'll help out immensely in their team fights. But what it won't help against is this right-click damage. 300 coming out from Gyrocopter through his Flak Cannons. And then even more on the way as 400 gold. He's got the butterfly. And it's going to be pretty hard for them to kill him. The Golems will miss. Luna will miss on him. There's still a bit of magic damage there. Actually, if he gets replicated through the wall, he won't miss on himself. So that'll be, I guess, lying on Darkseer's purple shoulders here to get a nice wall off. Maybe catch him off guard before he's BKB'd, or at least force him to run through it after his BKB is worn off. And see, any push in the bot lane? No, not really. Just got EGM here waiting. Ion Chilling Creep to push the lane, but maybe just gonna hightail it out of here as most of Council Gaming is down here. Doesn't want to get picked off. So yeah, puts another Ion Shell, just gonna run away. Well, into the jungle, potentially straight into the whole team of Council Gaming. He's got to be pretty careful right here. He just wants to jungle but I think he should just get out of here and play it safe. He's doing pretty well. He's a high level in this game. He's even ahead of Puck, who is the solo mid at this point in the game, so that would explain the 15k XP gold lead, or the 15k XP lead, the 12k gold lead. So Miley doing, oh god, tag up correctly. EGM doing very good this game. The only reason he's probably trying to push that farming, actually in the mid lane, call down, gonna drop. CEVO lives with like 20 health, gets his ultimate off. Now Darkin taking a lot of damage. He's got the butterfly on himself. He's getting pretty low right now in overgrowth just to escape, which does go through BKB, but you can also BKB out of it, but used to escape there. Pretty low cooldown. The wall is dropped, a nice wall there by EGM, so the Blink Dagger again paying off. Sacred with a nice split earth. Might save his life, but probably not, as Theory is hot on his tail. Lucent Beam to stun him up. You're going to keep him there. Sacred goes down. Telekinesis even. So they pick off 2. Gyrocopter's pretty low. He's healing up. The golems are still alive, even though CEVO is dead. And the tier 3 tower here at about half health, so not quite healed up to full. I think it's dropping here as Fortify is still down. Or is it potentially used again? I'm not really sure. But the Rax in a bit of trouble here. Darkin's still healing up in the base. He's going to go out now, a little less than full. But they needed to defend this. The Rax actually going to go down. The melee Rax is down. The call down drops. It's not going to be on anything but a golem though, and it's gonna unspawn. It's gonna die before he could last hit it anyways. Darkin is looking pretty strong. Just yet again another nice wall there by EGM. Playing from Europe, playing with high ping, still getting those walls off, but that's probably because he has a Blink Dagger, can close that gap super fast, get really nice walls. And speaking of nice walls, I think it was Funnick earlier today in the defense versus, I guess it's got to be Kai P. He had a sick Darkseer wall, just on a solo kill, but I don't know, it was cool. If you saw it, you probably know what I'm talking about. If not, you're like, cool, Darkseer wall's not that hard to land. But anyway, Theory doing some ancients there. Darkseer picking up that sheep stick, so going to make them even stronger here. And now that the BKB is down to a 5-second charge, it's not very long. They definitely have the ability to survive, or Faded has the ability to sustain that damage output by Darkin, and then they can sheep him up after that. And then pretty much everyone else on the team, besides maybe Puck, doesn't really matter. Puck fallen off this game, was 4-0-5, now 4-3-7, has 2,700, could buy the Mystic Staff, but still about, I guess, 875 off, 800 off now of the sheep stick, so doesn't have it yet, which he should at this point. I mean, let's not forget it's 42 minutes into the game, and with the start he was having, definitely should have had one, but Faded started team fighting, started turning things around. The cooldown is going to drops onto Theory, who has that Titanic finished up. Oh, actually, that was a cooldown from Dimitri, excuse me. Now the cooldown, a nice wall. Actually, Gyrocopter going to go through it now. And Darkin now sheeped up. Chaotic Offering dropped on the other side of this fight. Looks like Darkin will escape, though the golems go to town. They take out Tree, it looks like, and now Puck going to be also right hooked there by golem number 1. And actually, no, Darkin's still being chased by Miley. Combine is there for the disruption. Looks like Darkin will get away. They were trying to contest Roche there. Doesn't look like they were able to. Now Faded going to get a Roche of their own. The second Roche, Aegis most likely again going to go to Theory, who's at 4.4k gold right now after already buying Titanic. So farming up a Storm. If we check the net worth, he's at 24k almost. Close to 20k is Darkin, and the next highest net worth is the other person with the Midas and the Refresher now. Didn't notice that. So he's picked up the Refresher, is CEVO on the Warlock at 16k. Then we've got EGM on the Darkseer. He's floating around 13k net worth, so a pretty steep drop off. But you know, he doesn't have a Midas. He was an offlane / jungler, and kind of the reason Faded's in this game. He's their, for a long time, their only initiation. And that Blink Dagger, and having good walls in almost every engagement they've found themselves in. And the mid-rax is also down, so that takes away another lane of potential farm. Well, it doesn't take away the farm, but it definitely diminishes it. Cuts it in half, pretty much, the amount of farm you can get out of that lane. And let's see, we've got 4 for Council Gaming. Maybe my mic wasn't turned on for the last couple seconds. 4 for Council Gaming here in the bot lane. Actually 5 as Kia on the Puck, gonna make his way out. I guess, I mean, it's pretty much 5-man Dota at this point. Helba Dom up on Darkin just for some more sustain in a team fight. He still has MKB, or sorry, the Butterfly, but MKB purchased on Luna. That was her next item, Theory's next item, that MKB with that, when we saw him with 4.4k gold, so he's bought that up. Now he's already close to 2k again, so just farming up a Storm right now. 288 last hits, doing a good job on this Luna. He sold his Midas for it. That's what I was going to say. It's more expensive than that. So yeah, sells his Midas, picks that up. Now Darkin, I think, is in a lot of trouble, as he can't win the fight 1 versus 1. And they have the Roche too. It's back on Theory, I would imagine. Yep, so it's going to be on Theory. I don't know what other item he wants. He's pretty much 6 slotted at this point since he has the Aegis. He can do one more item. I guess, you know, he already has the Manta. What's he going to go? Daedalus, I guess. So still farming here is Faded. They don't really need to press any issues. They got the mid-racks. Council Gaming trying to do their best to stay together while just farming Darkin right now. I guess his next resort is just going for Rapier. I guess that's what Luna could go for too, but that's probably a bad choice. You don't want to go Rapier against a Gyrocopter. Arguably the best hero with a Rapier besides maybe Kunkka. Alright, Cybe TPing to the bot lane, the rest of his team running over there, so it looks like they're just going to group up to push bot. Council Gaming in the meantime just farming it up. Looks like they're aware of this as they are running past the ward that they've got in their jungle defensively set up. Let's see, how aggro are the wards here from Faded, just on that little T and then this ramp. So not very, pretty much just to protect that Roche. They could use some vision on this ramp here, but it looks like maybe that was sentryed. It's warded up now. So maybe some more aggressive wards would be nice here for them, just to see exactly where they are. But once they see one at this point, they pretty much got to expect they're all together. So maybe it doesn't really matter that much. And here comes the push. The Manta Illusions go out.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Looks like not going to bother to defend the tier 2. A little too risky. Going to wait on their high ground back in their base is Council Gaming. So just waiting for this push in. Sky already invis. Doesn't even have a mech yet at 46 minutes in the game. That's got to be hurting them quite a bit. And let's see here, the blink is ready, the wall is up, every ultimate up for both sides. Theory just gonna sit here with the Aegis and tank this up. Doesn't really need to pop BKB or anything before the Aegis drops. Should probably just get as many right clicks off as possible, maybe Manta before. And then when he comes up, BKB, pop the ult. If you're getting low, pop that Satanic. It's gonna be really hard to take that down. BKB even purchased on Cybe, tired of getting bursted down. Maybe they wait on this, looks like they probably will. Just going to go ahead and wait on this BKB to come in to ensure that this is the last and final push here. But not before we have a quick pause, that's for sure. And everyone say hello to Dimitri's Frog Spider Courier. It's really annoying. But at least Valve fixed the bugs of the spiderwebs getting stuck on the ground and stretching across the entire map. And unpause quick. Oh, sorry. Seems legit. I assume they were ready since they're pretty much just sitting in their base at this point. Theory here, Manting up yet again, trying to break this high ground. Do we have Disruption stolen? Yes they do. So Faded's got Disruption stolen. I was like, there's 4 illusions there of Luna just working at this tower. Very slowly. Actually just getting healed up more than it's being damaged almost every time. Is the BKB arrived? It has arrived. Courier flying back. I'd say it's about go time. Pipe goes off, the disruption as well, so they're just going to go full throttle here. Let's check out Miley. Miley blinks in, he vacuums an invisible tree, takes him out of invis. Call down is there defensively. BKB goes out, but there's the chaotic offering. ×2 dropping now. Darkin defensively disrupted, so nice job there. Sacred in a lot of trouble. Darkin getting pretty low as well. Only tree dies, but the tier 3 tower, the Fortify has been popped. It's getting low. It's going to go down. This is potentially the Rax. Darkin has to heal up a lot. Actually, most of the team does. And actually, Sacred just going to call the GG. So, pretty long game, 48 minutes in. Faded finally takes it just with big ults and a lot of farm. I'd say Puck played one hell of a game. I almost want to give him MVP despite being on the losing team. But I'm going to have to give it to EGM here on the Darkseer with that Blink Dagger choice. He read my mind. Nice initiation there, really nice walls early on to sort of turn the game around. They always had a gold lead, but Council was playing a nice early game. It was like 6-1 at one point, or 6-3 at least, and then Faded turns that around with some nice team fights, wall initiations, and just a whole lot more farm. And yeah, so that's CEVO Season 2, Week 6, going the way of Faded. I made a point to look up before this game what their records were. They were both 4-1, so now Faded moving to 5-1, Council 4-2. I'm Helium from FMBP Dota. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, check out the links on the Twitch, the Man Up Tournament, CEVO, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff, and look forward to seeing you guys next time. Peace.